Fog rolls through a quiet New York village, and out of the mist thunders a rider with no head. Meet America's first great ghost story, Washington Irving's Legend of Sleepy Hollow. Published in 1820, Washington Irving's The Legend of Sleepy Hollow is one of America's first great ghost stories. The tale unfolds in a secluded glen along the Hudson River, a Dutch settlement called Tarrytown. Irving paints it as a place under a drowsy, dreamy spell where the very air is thick with folklore. This bewitched atmosphere of pastoral beauty and lingering superstition becomes a character in itself. Into this valley wanders our protagonist, Ichabod Crane. A Connecticut schoolmaster, he's educated yet profoundly superstitious and comically awkward. As an outsider, he's both fascinated and frightened by the local ghost stories. His primary ambition, however, is far more earthly. He sets his sights on the lovely Katrina Van Tassel, but his affection is entangled with greed. He sees her as his ticket to inheriting her family's wealthy farm. Standing in his path is the formidable Abraham Van Brunt, or Brom Bones. He is the town's hero, boisterous, strong, and the king of practical jokes. As Katrina's preferred suitor, he sees the gangly schoolmaster not as a threat, but as a perfect target for his pranks, waging a campaign of humorous harassment against his rival. The conflict comes to a head one autumn night at a lavish party at the Van Tassel estate. As the night wears on, the guests trade their favorite local ghost stories, and one legend dominates, the tale of the Headless Horseman. They speak of a Hessian trooper from the Revolutionary War whose head was carried away by a cannonball. Now his ghost is said to ride forth nightly, forever searching for his lost head. After being dismissed by Katrina, a dejected Ichabod rides home alone, his mind transforming every shadow into a threat. Suddenly, he encounters a hulking, headless figure on horseback. A frantic chase ensues as Ichabod desperately races for the church bridge, but as he reaches it, the specter hurls its head at him. The next morning, Ichabod Crane is gone, leaving only his hat and a mysterious, shattered pumpkin. Was it a ghost or a clever rival? Irving leaves the answer ambiguous. This isn't just a spooky tale. It's layered with themes, starting with superstition versus reason. Ichabod, a man of letters, believes every ghost story, representing an older, fearful worldview. Brom doesn't. He embodies a new American pragmatism, cleverly weaponizing local folklore. He doesn't just dismiss the Headless Horseman, he becomes the legend to exploit Ichabod's imagination and win Katrina's hand. This rivalry highlights the theme of outsider versus community. Ichabod, a transient Yankee, never truly fits into the insulated Dutch enclave. Irving uses this tension to explore post-revolutionary anxieties about identity and change. He blended Dutch ghost tales with a young nation's fears, creating social commentary that questions who belongs in this new America and who is pushed to the margins. And let's be real about Ichabod's ambition. He wanted Katrina's land almost as much as her heart. He saw her not just as a bride, but as a golden ticket to her father's vast farm. His desire is a raw commentary on the darker side of the burgeoning American dream. The Headless Horseman galloped far beyond Irving's pages, becoming a true icon of American folklore. Disney's 1949 animated classic, narrated by Bing Crosby, introduced the tale to millions. It masterfully blended genuine scares with slapstick comedy, and its climactic chase remains a masterclass in animated suspense. 50 years later, Tim Burton's 1999 Sleepy Hollow plunged audiences into a dark world of gothic horror. His version traded ambiguity for a brutal, sword-wielding specter with a tragic backstory, turning the ghost story into a supernatural detective mystery and solidifying the Horseman as a formidable horror villain. From there, his legend continued to mutate, appearing in comic books, video games, and the 2013 TV series, which reimagined him as one of the four horsemen of the apocalypse, tied to a modern-day Ichabod Crane. And the fascination isn't just fictional. The real village of Sleepy Hollow, New York, becomes a pilgrimage site every autumn. Tourists flock to its historic cemetery, drawn by the enduring power of the legend that still haunts the hollow. Why does the Horseman still haunt us? Because the image is unforgettable. A rider, faceless and relentless, representing fears we can't confront head-on. And here's a twist. Irving hints that Brom Bones may have dressed up as the Horseman to scare Ichabod away, but he never confirms it, leaving the mystery deliciously unsolved. So whether he's a prankster or a real ghost, beware the roads of Sleepy Hollow. Because once the Horseman gives chase, there's no outrunning a nightmare without a head.